welcome to day 4 of VEDA. I am going to play today with my gel press and some magazine photos, and I am going to have a try at some image transfers. I actually wouldn't mind trying, this is a shiny magazine. It's like a gloss paper, traditional magazine paper, country style, thanks to my mum. I don't know how well this would go because this is the back cover, but I'm going to cut that out anyway and give it a try. I have two different size jelly plates here. So I've got the A4 and the 3x5. And to be honest, the 3x5 has become one of my favorites. It's just nice and compact and easy to use on just to add a small bit of something. So I'm just going to have a flick through. I have never done this process before, but the idea is you're applying the paint and then putting the image face down. And the idea is, in theory, it should kind of transfer across. So I'm going to look for stuff that has kind of good contrast and a bit of interest to see how it comes together. I got both of these out because I just thought it could be handy to have the bigger one if I end up picking a larger photo. So even I'm wondering whether something like that could even work. That could be interesting. Let's give it a crack. I'm just going to take the whole thing for now. See, I like that, but I feel like that could be really cool for journaling. So I don't want to use it for something like this. I mean, that could be, if I could make that work, that could be fun. What's on the back? Okay. Oh, let's rip that one out and try. So obviously, being a transfer with paint, it's going to be monochrome. So that's why I'm looking for something with pretty decent contrast. So that could be cute if that works. I'll come back to that. I like that too. Okay. Don't know what that on the other side. The hardest thing I find when I'm doing like a magazine pull like this is, say, like this page, that could be really nice as a transfer, but if it doesn't work, it means that I've wasted this, which I could see myself using in a journal for something else. So I get a little bit worried about wasting photos sometimes, which probably isn't, you know, a brilliant attitude to have. Like, it's a magazine. There's more magazines than I could use in a lifetime. My mum gets this every month, I think, so I could always come back to something else, but for now, let's keep flicking. Okay, so I still really quite like these photos in here. So what I might do is I might try these couple of photos that I've got, see how they work out, and if they work, I might come back and grab that because I love that little beehive. A composition like that would be really cute. Okay, so now I've got my basket there. So I'll go with my small one first and try this basket. So my favorite brayer, as you can see, very well loved. So I'm going to try it with this green. If I can get this to work, I feel like some of these pieces could actually work in one of my 100 days artworks. I'm actually really nervous about this. I've kind of wanted to try doing this for ages, and I've just never done it, and now I'm worried that I've kind of built it up and it's going to be an abject failure. So I'm going to just pop that there out of the way. Okay, so cute little basket. I probably don't need to put it, anyway, I'm going to put it right in the middle so that we can get a really good effect. All right, give it a good pat, and I'll just leave that to dry for a second. So I'm just going to try printing on regular old printer paper. Moment of truth. I feel like that hasn't actually done anything except for get paint on my picture. So I'll just rub that off there. Okay, let's do a print and see what happens. it actually worked. Maybe if I left it to dry for a little bit longer. Obviously you can see I didn't put it down, but okay, that's really cool because that was the piece I didn't expect would work. Okay, so how about we try the pears, and I might even do it with mainly orange because it's kind of the right color. Let's do that on the big one. Let's take a chance. I honestly love these jelly plates. As you can see, this one is really well loved. This one was originally a gift from Car, who some of you may know as my podcast partner at a quilt camp. Goodness, 2019 maybe? Well, 2019 was the last one we did, so. Okay, before I roll that out though, I'm actually going to work out, I think. Let's try that. And then then freeze that up as well. That's dry enough. All right, spread this out. Okay, pop this one on. Because it's taking up my whole jelly plate, it's actually a lot easier this time. So hopefully this should give us a cleaner print. Give it a good rub. Okay. And give it a moment to dry. Okay, I wonder if that's dry enough yet. Oh, that looks like it's doing something maybe. All right, let's give it a try. I don't want to do, I might have, that looks like I might have left it too long. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I can see the pattern forming on that one already. Okay. So then, flip it over. Here we go, moment of truth. Maybe I've left it too long. I can see the print, but half of it's been left on here, so maybe I should have done a little bit of white over the top. Even if it doesn't work, it's fun to have a play and try new things. And to be honest, that was part of why I wanted to do VEDA this year, was to really push me out of my comfort zone, push me out of my rut, get making on things that I've had on my list for far too long and keep procrastinating on. Oh. Oh. I mean, it's cool. I can see like some of the shapes. You can see the little pears and stuff in there. Oh, I can see the knife. There's the knife edge there. So maybe that's what I needed to do, was there's that other plate up there. All right, so let's try the top of this photo and see if I can, but I'll put a white layer on it and maybe not leave it quite so long. So just regular old baby wipes from Coles. It was whatever was on special the day that I ordered them. Okay. Let's try the top of this. So I might go, I've got this really pretty storm blue, so maybe let's try that. So I'm using a few different types of paint. So this blue and orange are both the Jo Sonia's Matte Flow Acrylic. The white is just the cheapy Semco from Spotlight. And then that first green was the Atelier Free Flow Artist's Acrylic. I have also got in that same brand the Interactive Acrylic, which is a lot thicker but can make for some really nice effects as well. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe the darker color might turn out more effective. So let's go for this one. Just take up the whole jelly plate again so we can give it a nice good rub. And I may not leave it quite so long this time so it doesn't pull off quite so much. Let's just give it till the count of 10. Okay, let's give this a peel. Oh dear. I did end up leaving it a little bit longer just because I had to help my kiddos with something. So I'll let that dry. But I feel like that could be really cool to use in journaling, like even both of those. Maybe that could be another video, turning those into journal pages. So I'll let this dry for a second. Okay, so this time I'm going to try the white to start with before trying to transfer it onto my paper. So I do the white straight away. So I've let that blue dry almost completely and then done the white, but we're going to print straight away with the white. So hopefully that white should have reactivated the dark blue and will help us to get a nice clean print. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's not perfect, but that is cool. I like that. That's a bit fun. You can definitely see what it's supposed to be. So that turned out really cool. So now I might do, let's try the dark. Okay, looking at this, I'm actually thinking, what if we do the first layer in the dark blue when we put it on here, but instead of doing white to print it on here, I use the orange. That could actually look really cool. Let's give that a try. This is actually really, really fun, and it's working a lot better than I expected. I will confess, you know how you like watch stuff on Instagram and it seems so easy and then you feel like it's for the camera and it's not actually that easy in real life? I mean, clearly it's not perfect and I've got some practice to do, but it's definitely working straight up a lot better than I expected that it would. Paint. That's not great because of that white. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to apply the plate upside down to start with so I can get it where I want it. Give it a good press. All right. Let's count to 10. All right. I'm not convinced this has worked. Let's give it a moment to dry because I don't want to put this on and then make it all muddy. So I'm going to give that blue a moment to dry and then I'm going to come over, do a layer of this, and then we'll pull a print and see how it goes. Okay. Whoa. All right. I feel like that color combo is going to look really cool with this print, if it works. I feel like maybe I haven't left it quite long enough. There we go. Pulling it. The contrast is looking good anyway. Yeah, I feel like that one did not work quite as well, unfortunately. Oh, hang on. No, now I look at it, I can see it. So that's her head there. That's the strap of her overalls. That's an arm. There's an arm coming up there. So maybe I didn't leave it quite long enough. I feel like that's actually got real potential as the base of an art journal page with just that hint of an artist in there. Oh, so that's really fun. I feel like I want to make 1 million of these prints now. So they've both got half. All right, let me see if I can pull another magazine. Let's test Frankie, which has a matte style paper, which I believe doesn't work. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but my understanding is that it needs that shine to work, but let's find something with a whole lot of contrast in here and see if we can make it work on this. Let's have a bit of fun with the puppy dog food. What do you think? I'm going to go the no frills just because that makes me laugh, basically. All right. Oh. All right, so I'm going to go back to the smaller plate for this one because it's only a small little thing. We'll go the dark blue again. We won't need quite so much. See how we go. And that's showing up a lot darker there now. Yeah. Might need a bit more. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. I find I struggle to get the exact amount. I've either got not enough like this or too much and there is paint everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to go like that because it's fairly small. All right. Little doggy. Sideways. All right. Okay, once again, let's count to 10 and let it dry. So I've let it go to 15 that time. Oh, that doesn't look like it's actually going to do anything, does it? So again, I'm just going to use the orange as a base. Just going to go from out, pop a bit out here while I let that blue dry. There's not a lot in there, so I'm not going to need to leave it for too long. Oh, yeah, I didn't leave it long enough though, you can see. So this is going to be an abject failure. Yeah, I don't think that was actually going to show a lot, even if I hadn't have mucked it up. I don't know. Should we try one more? Let's try one more. So I think the issue is that the type of ink that a matte paper calls for versus the type of ink that we would see in a glossy magazine. It's different. So that's why I think the theory is of the transfer not working. I've got some boots. Let's try those boots. They're not super contrasty, but it's also probably something that I'm not going to use a lot in my other journaling. So let's give it a try. Nice big squirt of blue. So give it plenty of paint to adhere to. Pop it on. Give it a rub. All right, let's count to 15. Okay. Give it one last rub. I'm really not convinced this is going to work. It even feels different peeling it off. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything left behind there. We'll give this a little bit to dry. Because that was a problem with this last one, was it smudged, you can see. I mean, that's not a total waste because, again, I feel like I can use that as a base for something. Part of me actually wants to work with this instead of my 100 days that I should be working on. I need to be good though. I have too many projects and I need to focus. Focus is a thing. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work, but let's do it anyway. Okay. Oh, I see the problem. It's actually I think that's my brayer. Whoops. I should have let my brayer, I should have cleaned my brayer before I did it. But yeah, look, there's nothing. Oh, might be a little bit of boot. Look a little bit like some boots. It's hard to tell whether that's actually something or it's just where I've spread my paint. So there's obviously plenty still on my brayer. That's an abject failure. So yeah, definitely if I do this again, or I should say when, because I really liked some of those effects that came up, I will definitely make sure I use a glossy magazine. But they are so cute, and I feel like I can even use these leftover pages. Probably not that one so much, though if I hold it up to the light, it works a bit. But I can definitely use both of those again, I think. Yeah, these are cute. I mean, that's semi-abstract, but definitely usable. Not so much loving these ones. And obviously my first one, it was my test, so but again, the cute little basket now covered in green, that's definitely something I can use. And this page is definitely something I can use. So that was fun. I'm looking forward to doing some more of that. Thank you for joining me today for day 4 of VEDA, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'm not entirely sure where the mojo will take me, but we'll see what wicked adventures we can find.